You know those long-awaited smooches that finally happen, or the kisses that make you weak in the knees, thanks to the actors' insane chemistry? Well, with romance in mind and desire in our hearts, we dug through film history to find the most satisfying kisses to grace the silver screen. When it comes to romantic films, few are more intense than Baz Luhrmann's 1996 adaptation of Romeo and Juliet. Much of that is thanks to the insane chemistry between Claire Danes and Leonardo DiCaprio as the title characters, which was on full display during their famous elevator kiss. That was just the first they'd share in the film, too, and it took around 23 takes before they got it just right. As Danes told Entertainment Weekly, the amount of kisses that are in this movie is astonishing. I'm getting kind of used to it. Can you really get used to kissing Leo, though? When it came to the sensual scenes in the film, however, DiCaprio said that Danes was quite modest. Danes did accidentally break off part of the elevator, however, and the two even bonked heads once while filming the super satisfying smooch. Sounds like it was fun on set. When Amy Heckerling's Clueless dropped in 1995, starring Alicia Silverstone as the funny and likable Cher Horowitz, both our lingo and our fashion were forever changed for the better.
Ugh, as if!
And when Cher finally locked lips with Paul Rudd's Josh, fans of the film were absolutely delighted. It was oh so satisfying, as the two finally figured out that they were totally in love, despite being near polar opposites. Some folks had their feathers ruffled by the famous smooch, however, according to assistant director Danny Silverberg, who said the crew worried over whether characters were related. To be clear, the characters are not biologically related, so we were all totally into it. Apparently, Rudd was as well, as in spite of his nerves, he said he was actually pretty, quote, psyched about sharing a tender kiss with Silverstone. Cher and Josh's kiss is, hands down, one of the best moments in Clueless. Katniss Everdeen shared a lot of smooches with two different fellows throughout the Hunger Games franchise, but her most satisfying kiss is the one she shared with Peeta Mellark on the beach in the Hunger Games Catching Fire. The scenery was gorgeous, the music sweeping, and the kiss itself was both passionate and tender in the 2013 film. That's when viewers knew for sure that Katniss truly loved Peeta, and that she really does need him. The chemistry between the actors who played these characters, Jennifer Lawrence and Josh Hutcherson, wasn't lost on them either, as Lawrence told CNN that they were, quote, great together. That's a good thing, given how many times they had to pucker up throughout the 4 films in the franchise. What's super sweet is that Lawrence called Hutcherson her, quote, first real big kiss in a movie, though Hutcherson himself said that she wasn't exactly gentle, explaining, it was a little abrasive, if I'm being honest, a little shocking. Knowing how J-Law is, we can't say we're all that surprised. In the 80s, film director John Hughes reigned supreme as the brains behind The Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink, and of course, 16 Candles. And of all the kisses in all of Hughes' film, our favorite kiss is from that last one, which also happens to be his 1984 directorial debut. The reason the smooch at the end of 16 Candles is so satisfying is threefold. Samantha and Jake are totally gorgeous. They're finally together and they're lit up softly by candles on a birthday cake. Talk about a totally romantic finale. We'd been waiting the entire movie for that first kiss, and it was well worth all the anticipation, making it one of the most epic first kisses in teen movies. What's totally wild about that kiss is that the role of Jake was almost given to Viggo Mortensen, who read for the role with star Molly Ringwald. Ringwald later recalled that she kissed Mortensen in the audition and that he made her, quote, weak in the knees. While some may question why Twilight is included on a list of the most satisfying kisses in movie history, consider the legions of Twihards who patiently waited to see Bella Swan and Edward Cullen's first kiss on screen. And while the films do deviate a bit from the books, the production team did their best to be as loyal as possible to the source material. While those are both good reasons to give Bella and Edward's first smooch the nod of approval, it was the undeniable chemistry between actors Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson that truly sealed the deal. After all, the pair were literally falling in love on set, and fans couldn't have been happier about it. So it's no surprise that the pair won Best Kiss at the MTV Movie Awards for the famous smooch. As Kristen Stewart tells it, falling in love with Pattinson was all but inevitable, telling Howard Stern, quote, there was nothing I could do. Of course, they're no longer together, but it all made the film more magical. In 2008, audiences were absolutely delighted by director Danny Boyle's sleeper hit Slumdog Millionaire. The film followed orphan Jamal Malik as he grew up, found his destiny when he won Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and finally kissed the enduring love of his life for all the world to see. The film won 8 Academy Awards and had everyone practicing their Bollywood dancing at home. That incredibly satisfying kiss, shared by actors Dev Patel and Frida Pinto, spared nothing when it came to theatrics. The sequence required 2 trains to arrive simultaneously and featured thousands of extras suddenly breaking into dance. It really was quite a feat. While that wasn't Patel's first on-screen kiss, it was certainly one for the history books. If there's one kiss that's at the top of everyone's most satisfying smooch in film history list, it's Jack and Rose's epic first kiss in the 1997 blockbuster Titanic. The big moment happens when the couple are flying together on the bow of the ship, bathed in a sunset with the ocean in the background. It's an incredibly romantic moment in one of the most incredibly romantic movies in recent history. Ironically enough, as Kate Winslet tells it, she and Leonardo DiCaprio were actually quite over it by the time they finished shooting the scene for the 4th time. Sorry to burst your bubble, fans. When director Ang Lee brought Brokeback Mountain to the silver screen in 2005, it was groundbreaking, thanks to 2 A-list actors portraying a same-sex couple. While that wasn't exactly forbidden in film at the time, seeing Jake Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger go all in for their on-screen romance was certainly edgy and daring at the time. The 2 actors didn't disappoint when it came to their intimate scenes in Brokeback Mountain, as both Jack Twist and Ennis Del Mar were complex, nuanced characters with super expressive body language. That's what makes their passionate kiss by the side of Ennis's house so totally satisfying. Finally, after all the time they spent apart, they were reunited and totally in love, in spite of themselves. Ledger and Gyllenhaal communicated extensively throughout filming in order to ensure that they did justice to Jack and Ennis's romantic relationship. Gyllenhaal later described their work together as agreeing to dive into the deep end of the characters together. Clearly, that approach worked. According to the 1987 cult classic The Princess Bride, there have been 5 kisses throughout history that are equal parts passionate and pure. And of them all, it's the super satisfying kiss that Wesley and Buttercup share at the end of the film that holds the esteemed #1 spot over the others. We're inclined to agree, thanks to the intent expressions on Carrie Elwes and Robin Wright's faces as they go in for the big smooch. Finally, the clever, gallant hero and his beautiful bride can be together. Oh, and don't forget the horse. For as much as viewers loved the final kiss in the beloved film, it appears that Elwes and Wright couldn't get enough of it either. Elwes opened up about it in his book, As You Wish, Inconceivable Tales from the Making of the Princess Bride. When it came for this particular kissing scene, Robin and I kept asking for more takes. I think we were actually so giddy we were giggling like a couple of schoolgirls. That was also the last scene they shot in the entire movie, which is just perfection. Some movies just don't age that well. However, when it comes to 1987's Dirty Dancing, it's aged like a fine wine, thanks to its progressive writing, excellent direction, and the insane chemistry between Jennifer Grey's Baby Houseman and Patrick Swayze's Johnny Castle. The palpable chemistry was on full display throughout the film, but it really heats up during the pair's satisfying first kiss. After spending much of the film developing feelings for each other, Baby and Johnny share a steamy smooch. After Baby fully investigates Johnny's bare torso. While you might be tempted to think Grey and Swayze had it going on off-camera, Grey didn't exactly sound enthusiastic when discussing her relationship with the late actor in 2015 in an interview with Glamour. As she recalled, "I didn't think we had chemistry. It's a weird thing though. It doesn't have to do with whether you like someone or not. It's just you either have it or you don't." And as we all could see, they did. The 2016 film Moonlight is already regarded as one of the best movies of the 21st century. Directed by Barry Jenkins, the Oscar-winning film depicts the life of its main character, Chiron, in his youth, adolescence, and adulthood. It's during the second segment of Moonlight that viewers are treated to an intense and satisfying kiss, courtesy of actors Ashton Sanders and Jarrell Jerome. Sanders does a masterful job showing both his hesitation and desire in the scene, which takes place on a beach in Miami. Of course, more happens than just a kiss, but it's the amazing chemistry between Jerome and Sanders that makes the scene so perfect. In a move shocking absolutely no one, the two actors won the award for Best Kiss at the MTV Movie Awards the following year, which Sanders said was about, quote, more than a kiss. Given that two black men snagged the honor for sharing a queer kiss, he's absolutely right. When it comes to movie kisses that defied gravity and delighted audiences, the first one that pops to mind is the satisfying smooch that Spider-Man and Mary Jane share in the 2002 film Spider-Man. Starring Tobey Maguire in the titular role and Kirsten Dunst as his love interest, the film's big kiss takes place in the pouring rain, as Mary Jane removes part of Spider-Man's mask and kisses him, while he's literally upside down. While the famous kiss easily went down as one of the most satisfying in film history, Dunst has said she was surprised by all the attention that epic kiss received.
I never expected it to be one of those things. You know, you never know when you're making something.
Yeah, but it really has become iconic.
Yeah.
It still is, all these years later, too. Will anyone ever top this singular smooch? Hopeless romantics everywhere got a treat in 2004 when The Notebook debuted in theaters. The Nicholas Sparks film starred Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams as Noah and Allie, respectively, two lovers with very different backgrounds. Because of that, they are prevented from being together for a good chunk of the film, but that doesn't stop them from stealing an incredibly satisfying kiss after being apart, replete with pouring rain and ample tears. As Gosling tells it, there was no question that McAdams should play Allie in The Notebook, calling their chemistry, quote, immediate. It's no surprise then that McAdams and Gosling went on to date for a couple of years. They even recreated their famous smooch at the MTV Awards after receiving the award for Best Kiss. And clearly, we're happy to do so. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite movie moments are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.